So friends, let's start with today's recipe. Now first we're going to prepare the sabudana. For that I've just taken a cup of sabudana, washed it well, soaked it for about 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes I am going to drain out all the water. So here you can see that all the water has been drained out, and then I'm going to cover and keep it for at least an hour or so. Now in the meantime, I'm going to just make some shengdana sukke or peanut powder. For that I've taken a cup of peanuts, raw peanuts, and I'm just going to roast them on a low to medium flame for about 5 to 7 minutes. After that, once they cool down, I'm just going to crush them like this so that I can get the peels away. And then I'm just going to blow the peels away. And then we're just going to grind them to a very coarse powder. We don't want a very fine powder. We want some bits of peanuts to be there, and that is our shengdana sukke. Now I've taken about 4 light green chilies and a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, and I've made it into this coarse paste. So this is our sabudana all ready to be used for the thali peet. This is 1 medium-sized potato boiled and peeled and mashed. This is our coarse paste of chili and cumin. This is about half a cup of peanut powder. This is some fresh coriander chopped and some salt to taste. So now we're just going to mix all the ingredients together. I'm just going to add the potatoes to the sabudana. Then I'm going to add my green chili and cumin paste. Next goes in some fresh coriander and some the peanut powder that we prepared. You can store that peanut powder in an airtight container. We're just going to use about half a cup and some salt to taste. Now I've just transferred all this to a bigger plate so I can mix everything well. And now you just have to mix all of this very, very well till it becomes into a nice firm kind of dough. So just mix everything well together. See that all of the sabudana gets coated with the potatoes, with the green chilies. And then you get a soft, kind of a consistency like this. So our sabudana is ready. Now I've just taken a plastic sheet and I'm just going to apply some water on it. I have my iron tawa heating up. Try to use a flat pan or a flat tawa for these thali peets. After that, just take a little bit of water and then just take a lime-sized ball like this, press it down, flatten it completely. And then just put it onto the tawa in the way I show you. That is, you just have to first flatten it completely onto the plastic sheet. See that there are no gaps in between. And then in this manner, just overturn it like this. And just peel off the plastic and put it on your tawa. Your tawa has to be really nice and hot, or your pan has to be really nice and hot. So keep it heating for about 2 to 3 minutes and then just drizzle a little bit of ghee on the edges. And then we're just going to fry this till it becomes nice and golden brown on one side. And then we'll make the rest in a similar manner. So we want it to be nice and crispy and golden brown on both sides, as you will see. So the main thing you have to remember is that, you get the right consistency of the sabudana by, kneading it for some time well, so that everything comes together. Then when you're putting it on the plastic, it should be nice without any gaps in between. You don't need to add any water, but if you find that your dough is very, very dry, then you can just sprinkle a few drops of water. And then we just want to turn it over to the other side. And we're going to continue this way till it becomes nice and golden brown on both sides. And you can serve this with some lovely dahi, chilled dahi, or I've just added a kind of a tetsa recipe at the end of the video. All I've done is just taken some ginger, some garlic, some green chilies. I've just coarsely ground it. Then I've fried it in some oil, and I've just added a little bit of peanut butter and peanut powder, sorry, and some salt. And my tetsa is ready. So you can watch that recipe at the end of this video. So friends, let's see this delicious Oria Kazuchi Usal, which is so very delicious. Now first I'll show you how to prep the cashews. So these are the raw cashews, or the wet cashews as they call them. You have to wash them thoroughly well under running water, and then I've taken about 4 cups of of water for about 250 grams of cashews, and I'm going to put it into the hot water and let it boil for about 15 minutes on a low flame. You get this kind of a white scum. Keep removing it and let the cashews boil in this water for about 15 minutes on a very low flame. Now in the meantime, I'm going to roast 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds for about half a minute till you get the aroma of the cumin seeds. And then I'm going to grind it to a very fine powder in my in my mortar and pestle, or you can even use a dry grinder. So we want a very fine powder. Once the powder is done, just transfer it to a vati or a small cup and set it aside. You can also use the ready-made roasted cumin powder. Now here I have about 1 cup of freshly grated coconut, to which I'm going to add 1/4 cup of hot water, and I'm going to grind it to this thick paste. Now using a colander, I'm going to drain or strain the paste through a sieve, and then I'm just going to press it down with a spatula and extract the coconut milk. So this is the thick coconut milk. Now I'm going to repeat this process just once more, adding about 5 tablespoons more of the hot water. So in this way, we'll get about 1 cup of coconut milk. Now you can also use the ready-made coconut milk, or you can even use the the powder coconut milk that you get, where you have to mix it with hot water. You can use either of the any of the options, and you get about 1 cup of this lovely coconut milk. So here you can see I'm just repeating the process and getting the second extract, and this is 1 cup of thick coconut milk. So now our cashew nuts have nicely cooked. We're just going to transfer them to another vessel and let them come to room temperature, so we can actually start peeling them. Don't peel them when they're very hot, because then they'll tend to break. So let them come to room temperature completely. And then you will see that it's so easy to peel them. The peel just comes off easily like that. And then just separate them like this into 2 halves and set them aside. So this is a real summer recipe, because these ole kazus are only available in the summertime. After that they actually dry them up and they become into cashew nuts, which we all love. But this is a real delicacy, and you must try it if you get your hands on these ole kazus. So you can see the peel is coming off really very easily after cooking it in some hot water. Now we're going to make the usar. So I've taken a pan, heated it up, and I'm adding about 1 tablespoon of oil. Now once my oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mori or rye. Once the mustard seeds are nice and hot and spluttering, we're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hinga, and we're going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi. Now mix all of this bagar well together. Now we're going to add our cashews, which we've peeled and separated. Saute this really well so it gets very nicely mixed up with the rest of the bagar. Now we're going to add the roasted and ground cumin powder that we prepared. So like I said, if you're using ready-made, you can use the ready-made one also. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, or you can add it as per your taste. If you don't want it very spicy, you can go with half a teaspoon. If you want it a little more spicy, you can add just half a teaspoon more. Now I'm going to add just 1/4 teaspoon of Goan Masala, or if you don't have Goan Masala at hand, you can use Garam Masala. Now we're going to add some salt to taste. Now I'll leave the recipes for my homemade Garam Masala, homemade Goan Masala in the description box below, and you can make that at home too. And now we're going to add our 1 cup of coconut milk. Oh, the aroma in my kitchen is just mind-blowing. It's amazing. And I just can't wait to dig into this. So I'm just going to use about 5 tablespoons of water into that coconut milk. So, just add about 5 tablespoons more of water. You can just rinse the coconut milk off. And now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of jaggery, or you can add as per taste. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder for the lovely color. That's it, friends. And now all we have to do is cover it and simmer it or cook it on a very low flame for 10 to 15 minutes till everything really comes together well. And you will see how the color is so nice and rich, and it's thickened up a bit and it tastes amazing. Now if you want it a little bit thinner, you can add about 1/4 cup of hot water and cook it for another 2 minutes or so. And that's it, friends. Now I'm just going to garnish with a little bit of coriander, fresh coriander leaves, which I've chopped up fine. Transfer it to a serving bowl. And this goes really well with some lovely hot pois or rotis or some lovely steamed rice with some lovely mango pickle at the side. And I'm just going to garnish it again with some chopped coriander. And that's it, guys. This lovely Ola Kaju Chi Usar is all ready to. So friends, let's make this sweet mango curry since we are now in the mango season. Let's make this delicious curry which goes amazingly well with rice. Now here I've taken 2 almost ripe mangoes. You can take completely ripe mangoes too. Now I've soaked the peel in water because we're going to take all of that pulp which is there on the peel as well. You can use a spoon for the same, or you can do it with your hands. Just take out all of that pulp because all the flavor is in that pulp as well. So this is what you get after taking all of that lovely mango pulp from the peel. Now we will need 3/4 cup of freshly grated coconut, 1 tablespoon of roasted coriander powder. Add the coriander powder to the coconut, and we're going to add half a cup of water and grind this to a very smooth paste. So this is how you get this paste. You can also use ready-made coconut milk, about 1 cup, and just add the coriander powder to it. Now I'm going to heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan. You can also use coconut oil. Right now I'm using regular cooking oil. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, mori or rye. Let the seeds splutter. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of fenugreek or methi seeds.
Next, I'm going to add 6 or 7 curry leaves, fresh curry leaves, 2 red dried chilies, half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder, half a teaspoon of hinga or asafoetida. Mix everything nicely. Now I'm going to add the ground paste. Mix everything well. Add half a cup of water to the same bowl in which you had the coconut milk, and add that to the curry. Mix everything well. Add some salt to taste. Add 1 teaspoon of jaggery or jaggery or gur. You can also add sugar if you don't use gur on a regular basis. Mix everything well. And now add this mango pulp that we got from the peel. Mix everything really nicely. Let it come to a boil on a medium flame. Add the mango pieces. Place them very gently. Cover and cook on a very low flame for about 5 minutes. And our lovely sweet mango curry is all ready to enjoy. This goes very well with some rice, and this is the best time to have it when the mangoes are in season. So try out this recipe, guys.
Now here I have 1 cup of rava or semolina. Now you can use the fine rava or the medium rava. Next I have 1 cup of sugar. This is regular sugar. 1 cup of water. 1 cup of milk. Now this is half a cup of mixed nuts, that is raisins and cashew nuts, so 1/4 cup each, and half a cup of clarified butter and or ghee, and a few drops of yellow or orange food color. So now in a pot, I've turned the flame on, and I'm just going to add the water, the milk, and the sugar, and I'm just going to stir the 3 ingredients well together on a low to medium heat. And now I'm going to add a few drops of yellow food color. You can even use orange color, depending on what you like the color of your sheera to be. So I'm just using this yellow gel food color. And just stir everything till the sugar melts and let it come to a gentle boil on a low flame. Now in another pan, I'm going to add the ghee or the clarified butter. It's better that you add a melted butter. Then you're going to add the dry fruits and fry them till the cashew nuts turn nice and brown, golden brown, and the raisins swell up a bit. And then I'm just going to take out a little bit of it for garnish. So about 1.5 teaspoons, I'm just going to keep it aside for garnish. And now I'm going to add the rava or the semolina to this ghee. And we're going to fry this for a whole 1.5 minutes because we want the semolina to get, the ghee nicely incorporated in it. So you can put a timer on your phone, and for 1.5 minutes, just fry this on a very low flame, stirring continuously. And you'll get this beautiful aroma of the rava. So don't skip this step. This is really important for that light and lovely sheera. And now I'm going to add our water, milk, sugar, and food color mixture. See that it comes to a nice boil before you add it. And now you're just going to mix everything nicely together. And now I'm just going to cover and cook this for half a minute, stirring in between just once. And you will see that everything has come together really, really well. So just mix everything really nicely together. And then after this, what I like to do is I just put the flame off, and I like to just cover and keep this aside for about 2 minutes without the flame on, without any heat on, but just cover and set it aside for 2 minutes so everything really comes together really well. So this doesn't take much time to get ready, but just cover and set it aside for 2 minutes so that everything really comes together well and you get this light and lovely soft and fluffy sheera. And now we are all ready to serve this. So here I've just taken a glass bowl and I'm just going to grease it with a little bit of clarified butter or ghee. And then I'm going to take a spoonful of the sheera. And just press it down like this. Just even it out. And then you're just going to take another plate and just keep it on top of it and upturn it like this. Just tap it a bit. And you'll see that it nicely slides off because we greased it with some ghee. And now I'm just going to put the lovely fried raisins and cashew nuts on top as a garnish. And just for it to look even more pretty, I'm just going to add a few mint leaves. This is completely optional, but it just makes it look so pretty. And that's it, guys. Your lovely Goan sheera is all ready to enjoy with a hot cup of tea or coffee. So I hope you liked today's recipe. Do give it a try and do leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe.